Now, quite often on Used Bike Heaven we talk about the problems you can have with suspension on second-hand bikes. So what do we mean and what can you do about it? Well, on this bike the front suspension is controlled by these two fork legs here. Here's a fork leg I've taken off a bike to show you how it works. As the bike goes over bumps, the whole thing compresses up and down like that to absorb the bounce. This fork leg has two parts. That bit's called the slider and we call that bit the stanchion. Now, if your suspension does go soggy, what can you actually do about it? Well, this is a fork leg that I've dismantled so you can see the parts inside, and although this one is from a classic 750 Honda, the principle is exactly the same as you'd find on a modern fork. Up at the top end here we've got the main spring, and that sits inside the stanchion. Now, the obvious thing that you can do to improve the suspension if it needs it is fit aftermarket fork springs, which look rather like this, and you can buy these in different grades and different weights so you can fine-tune the suspension to suit your riding style. It's also a very good way of compensating if the original springs have gone soggy. The other thing that you can do as well is change the damping oil. Inside the slider at the bottom there is fork oil which controls exactly how the fork leg damps. And it's possible to experiment with different grades of oil like these, perhaps changing lightweight oil for heavyweight oil to change the damping characteristics. It's lots of fun spending a few summer weekends experimenting with fork oil to get the damping exactly as you want it on your bike. Back to Fran.